It'd probably help if I unmuted the mic, not be a dumbass. That's fine. Glad somebody said something, though. I'm actually going to put this down here. We'll go through the deck in a second here. I just want to make sure I have everything properly set up here. Alright. So, let's see. How is it listed in the intro here? I think it's Gabriella first, Jerome second, Penny third, and Valentino fourth. So that's how we're going to do this. Alright, so we got a 4, which was Valentino, and then number of clues. Give that a shuffle, and we get a 4? That seems like a lot. I'm going to divide that in half, and we'll call that 2. So 2 pieces of evidence. And then that was Valentino. Let's just say he got eaten by monsters. I don't remember the exact wording on it, but close enough. I think that's one thing about this campaign that kind of bothered me from a story perspective, was that the allies don't really seem to be much of a factor. I feel like you get them really kind of too late in the campaign to make much of a difference. Okay, so pulled into the void. I guess I could I could find out, but let's quickly kind of. Because you have to look at this card, right? So the enemy is, or the character is defeated by the Spectral Watcher. They're taken. They're claimed by specters, disappear into the mist, or pulled into the spectral realm. So, am I supposed to, if I roll for this, am I supposed to be able to say they're disappeared, or? I feel like it makes more sense just to have them put into the realm. That feels like the most de facto response to me. Alright. We're done with these. So as Akachi, I mean, from a gameplay perspective, I hate having the tower in my deck. And I don't really know enough about Akachi to say whether or not she would, role-playing wise, so we're gonna reject our fate, because screw that. Does anyone actually, like, take the 2 tomes here? Like, Ace of Rods is not worth having an additional weakness in your deck, I think. But that's just me personally. Let's go ahead and put these in the bag here. We'll give this a quick search, just make sure everything's good, which it looks like it is. Alright, and then let's see here. Everything else should be pretty much set up. So we have our 7 locations, our little investigator token, and we'll get into the deck in a second here. So let's go ahead and give these a shuffle, and then we start with 5 of them in play. And I just kind of set them up like this, because they're all connected to each other via the special ability on the agenda deck, I believe, or the act deck. So we're trying to get 2 clues, and then locations in front of you are connected to one another, and then at the end of the round, I can spend 2 clues to advance. 8 Doom. Make sure the encounter deck is set up properly, which it looks like it is. We'll give that a shuffle. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at my Akachi deck that I just built in like 5 seconds here. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna try it. I've actually never played Akachi before, so this is definitely gonna be an interesting ride. It seems fairly, like, some obvious inclusions are Shriveling and the other spell cards that take charges, which I don't actually really currently have in my deck. I had considered Mists of R'lyeh, but ultimately ended up going with Wither, especially the upgraded Wither, which will be really nice. Let's see, other non-obvious card choices. Ritual Candles tends to be my default hand slot for Mystics. It's nice to get a +1 boost every once in a while, and you're not really using the hand slots for anything else. I don't really see myself wanting Flashlight when I have Sixth Sense in this deck, so that is why ultimately I went with that rather than going with Rite of Seeking. Let's see, other things here. I drew an Amnesia for my weakness, and we don't really have much card draw, so that could really suck, depending on when we draw that. Yeah, I always feel like whenever I play Mystics, I never have enough resources, so I always end up going with Uncage the Soul and Emergency Cache in my Mystic decks for the most part. Particularly Uncage the Soul, because at least it has double icons. Let's see, other card choices. I mean, Renfield feels pretty obvious to me. Deny Existence is obviously great. Premonition's great. Yeah, I don't really think there's much else to say about the deck, but let's just go ahead and take our 2 mental trauma here. Not forget that. And then this card lets us buy spells cheaper, which is great. So we'll be hopefully saving a bunch of experience with this card. Right. The Elder Things are a -3, which is a thing to keep note of here. We have our actions up here. Let's go ahead and draw our opening hand here. Actually, let's look at this setup before I forget anything else. Gather all the cards, yada yada. Then, okay. Just wanted to make sure here. Let's go ahead and draw our opening hand. So we probably don't need this or this. So let's go ahead and draw a card to replace that weakness. Huh. It's not a bad hand at all. At least these 3 cards are definitely pretty good to have in your opening hand. Yeah, so let's go ahead and just draw 2 more cards here. That is not bad at all. I will take it. Let's go ahead and put these back in the deck and give that an old shuffle here. And then let's pick a location to start at. I'm gonna pick here. Ooh, the Lonely Tree. We cannot investigate this location while we have 3 and 5 cards in hand. And then as a fast action, I can choose and discard a card from my hand, and then an investigator at a different Witch Haunted Woods draws a card or vice versa. Huh. 2 Shroud, 1 Clue, Victory 1. What is up with that tree, by the way? What's that eyeball doing right there? That's gross. Alright, let's get into this turn here. Let's play Uncage the Soul with our first action. And we're gonna play this Shriveling. I don't know about that. Hopefully not. Let's second action. Let's spend 2 resources to play a Holy Rosary. And then let's spend the last of our resources here to play Sign Magic. So we have 1 action left in the Shriveling. Not much of a way of investigating. This is what, like, really need to draw into Sixth Sense, so I think I'm going to use my last action to draw a card. Alright, we draw Ward of Protection. Alright, so that was our investigation. There's no enemies. I mean, I'm not really sure. Alright, but let's go into Upkeep here. Let's gain a resource and draw a card. Ooh, Wither. Why couldn't we have drawn Sixth Sense? That would have been nice. Alright, well, let's enter Mythos phase. It's going to be turn 2 here. And let's add a Doom to the agenda and draw a card. Ooh, a Witch. Alright, so Discard the top 2 cards of the encounter deck, and then if this effect causes the encounter deck to run out of cards, you draw a hex. Okay, well, that's not really that relevant. So we discard an Evil's Past and an Ancient Evils. Ooh, nice. That's a good card to get rid of. Alright, so that was our Mythos phase. Investigation phase. I feel like this deck is really dependent on drawing Sixth Sense or Drawn to the Flame or something. I could try to investigate just raw 2v2, but I don't really want to do that either. I guess first action, we'll get rid of this. Get rid of this witch here. Alright, so we're testing at a 6v2 here. Chaos Bag will say a skull, which is a -1. For each point you fail by discard the top card of the encounter deck. Okay. So this is defeated. We have 2 actions left. My goodness. This sucks. We can't even investigate this location. I guess let's spend a second action to just move. 4 Shroud, 2 clues. After any number of clues are discovered from this location, each investigator at this location must discard an equal number of cards at random from their hand. Oh my god. This sucks. Alright, well, we're not gonna do that either. Me. Alright. Yeah, like, that's the problem with Akachi. She's just so not good at investigating. I guess with our last section, we'll just go here. 3 Shroud, 2 clues. Cairn Stones. After a number of clues are discovered from this location, each investigator loses an equal number of resources. Ugh, man, this is not going well. Still no enemies, and then we'll move into upkeep. Gain resource and draw a card. Draw an emergency cache. It's not the most ideal. We'll go into Mythos, turn 3 here. Add a Doom and draw an encounter card. Of course. Didn't I just get rid of you? Alright, that was Mythos phase. Investigation phase. I need something to investigate, man. Jeez. This sucks. Let's take a look at the board here. Ah, God. We could just try to draw cards. Just try to draw into our Sixth Sense. Or even like a Drawn to the Flame would help too. Yeah, let's spend our first action to draw. Damn it. Not helpful. Second action. Let's just draw another card. Holy Rosary. Oh, God. Don't even, like, have any intellect icons to reasonably pitch, either. Third action, draw a card? Yeah. Renfield. Alright. Guess that's better than nothing. It's at least something to do next turn. We'll go into upkeep here. Gain a resource. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, we'll draw last card. Draw Unexpected Courage. We'll go into Mythos phase. Turn 4. Let's add a Doom here. And draw an encounter card. First time we perform one of the following actions, move, fight, or evade, it costs an additional action, and at the end of the round we test Willpower 3, and if we succeed, we discard Frozen Fear. Well, we have an Unexpected Courage to investigate now, so that's good. Let's first action play Renfield. Second action, let's play emergency cash. And then third action, thinking about moving. Because now that I have more than 3 or 5 cards in hand, I can go back to that first location. Wait, no I can't, because it cost me a bunch of actions. Because I have Frozen in Fear. Let's then... I guess I could just try to investigate. That'd be a 4v3 if I commit this. There's -3s in the bag, so I don't want to risk that. I'd rather just try to draw and go back there and investigate 2 up. So I think with my last action, I will just... this is pretty useless too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess with our last action, we'll just draw a card. Just trying to draw into that 6 cents, man. Alright, so at the end of the round, enemies, no enemies, and then upkeep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, at the end of my turn. So we're 3v6. We'll just test it. We draw -3, alright. So we're not Frozen in Fear anymore. Alright, and then we'll go into upkeep, but we're gaining a resource to draw a card. Finally! Yes! Finally! Alright, turn 5. Finally have our 6 cents. 5 Doom of 8. And let's go ahead and draw our encounter card here. Alright, whatever. It's fine. We drew the card we needed to. That was Mythos phase. Investigation phase. Let's first deal with this witch. And that's going to be a 6 versus 2. And Chaos Bag will say -1. So this will die. That was our first action. Second action. Let's spend 3 resources and play this 6 cents. Finally. Yes! Now we can investigate. Let's spend an action to investigate with 6 cents. Finally. Our current location, I believe, has a 3 shroud. Let's just double check here. Yeah, 3 shroud. After a number of clues, we have to lose resources. Okay. So let's just investigate 6v3 here. Chaos Bag says -1. We pass. Let's go ahead and get a clue and lose a resource. Okay. So that was our turn. No enemies. Moving to upkeep here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll gain a resource, ready your actions, and draw a card. Premonition. Ooh, that's a good card. Alright, Mythos phase of turn 6 here. So, back to the old board here. We're at 6 Doom of 8, and we'll draw our encounter card. I was supposed to discard 2 cards. So I'm also going to just quickly do that real quick too. I was supposed to discard them from the witch, so... Alright, test willpower 3. For each point you fail by discard a random card for your hand. If you cannot, you take a horror or a damage. This gets +1 difficulty for each copy of it in the discard pile. And there is currently none in the discard pile, so that is just a base willpower 3 versus 6 here. -4, okay, that's fine. It's a discard a random card from my hand. Alright. I'm just gonna pick this one. Deny existence, okay. Alright, well, that's fine, I guess. Investigation phase. Right. We have our actions back. This should have an extra charge, because Akachi's a thing. I guess I could start by investigating again. So we'll investigate our location, which we're still here. 3 versus 6 with this. We draw... Oh my god. Alright, well that's fine. We'll just investigate again. It's gonna be 6 versus 3 again. No, draw 0. Okay, so we're gonna lose a resource and get that clue. Yep. Alright, one action left. Guess that action should probably be to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Yeah, let's spend that action to move. Let's go back here. We'll go back to the weird, creepy orange eyeball thingy here. I think that tree is lonely by choice. Alright. So we have plenty of cards in our hands, so we should be good there. And then move is our last action. So let's... No enemies. And then we'll move into upkeep, gain a resource, and draw a card. Ooh, ritual candles. That's not bad at all. Turn 7 here. 7 doom. So now we can use Renfield to get a couple of resources if necessary. Let's draw our encounter card. Alright, test willpower 5. For each point you fail by, discard the top card of the encounter deck. If a cursed treachery is discarded this way, deal a direct damage. Huh. Alright, let's test 5v6, and then I guess we'll just commit this, because we have nothing better to do with this. So it's going to be 7v5 here. Alright, and then we draw a 0, so we pass. Alright, so that was Mythos phase, and then we'll move into investigation phase here. Let's spend a resource and an action to play Ritual Candles. We have 6 cards in hand, so we can investigate. So let's do that. Let's use our second action and investigate with this. That's going to be 2v6. Debating on whether or not I want to place a Doom. I do want to place a Doom. So let's go ahead and tap Renfield. Place a Doom on him and gain a resource. And now we have 7 willpower. So that's going to be 7 versus 2 here. There it goes. Alright, -3, so we pass. So let's go ahead and get this clue. Okay. No other restrictions there. And we have one more action. Let's... I guess we could move. Yeah, let's spend our next action to move. And let's... I don't really want to discard cards. I'm going to go here. Whoops. I'm going to go here. So we'll flip this over. We're at the abandoned mine. Too shrewd. Too shroud. 1 clue. You cannot investigate this location while you have between 3 and 10 resources. And you choose an investigator at a different location and move up to 3 resources from that investigator's resource pool, or vice versa. Alright. Well, that's not going to be very useful for us. But that was our last action. So it was investigate, move, play ritual candles. No enemies. And then we'll move into upkeep, where we will refresh that. We'll gain a resource and draw a card. Gain our actions back. We'll move. Ugh. The hell? God damn it. Alright. What do I keep? We already have a shriveling. Do I keep a ward of protection? I guess we're definitely getting rid of this, and we're definitely gonna get rid of this. And I guess we'll definitely get rid of this. Probably get rid of this, and then it's just a debate between these two. This helps us investigate, but this helps us with everything else. Chat, what do I do? Do I pick Premonition or do I pick Water Protection? God. I think I'm just gonna go with the Ward here. Yeah, we'll go with the Ward. And then we'll move into Mythos phase. Turn 8 and the agenda will advance. That'll go away. This will also go away. And then discard all but the last 5 cards from the encounter deck. Legion, the investigator with the most cards in the play area must draw the topmost witch enemy in the encounter discard pile. So I think if you do that, there we go. No, that was not what I wanted. There we go. All but the last 5, right? Okay, there's 5 cards left in the deck, and then I have to draw the topmost witch enemy. Does this one? Okay. Ugh, gross. I forgot. I forgot that this advances really quickly. Yeah. So at the end of the round, we place a doom on the agenda for each witch enemy at the witch's circle, which currently is not even in play, so... Forgot how quickly the scenario adds doom. Alright, so we drew this, and then we have to draw an encounter card. So we draw an Evil's Past, put it into our threat area if there's no copies of it, and then when the encounter deck runs out of cards, we take 2 horror and test willpower 3, and if you succeed, we discard it. Alright. Sorry about the noise, I live near an airport. Let's go into investigation phase, and let's first deal with this mother sucker here. Wow, so this thing is beefy as all hell, too. Let's just double check how many. There's at least 2, so 1, 2. All 3 of them are in there. Awesome. All right, so this is a 5/3/5 enemy currently. Ugh. Gross. Now I kind of wish I had a means to evade it, but I sadly do not. So. As retaliate, don't really want to use 2 shriveling charges because we know the other shriveling's in my discard pile. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to, right? I guess let's start by gaining a resource. And then we will fight. Our first action. That's going to be 7 versus 5 here. Chaos Bag says. Whew. -2. Alright. This takes 2 damage. Second action. Let's fight again, I guess. Yeah, let's fight again. And that's going to be, again, that's going to be 7 versus 5 here, Chaos Big says. Ooh, alright, alright. That's what I'm talking about. That's a -1, so we pass. This gets discarded. Don't take any retaliate damage, which is excelente. Let's 2 Shroud. Between 3 and 10 resources, we cannot investigate the location. We have 4 resources, so we unfortunately can't do much there for the time being. We couldn't even if we didn't activate Renfield. Let's take a look at the map here. We could go here. with our last action. So let's do that. Let's move here. Overgrown Barn. 3 shroud, 1 clue. When an enemy would spawn at a different witch-haunted woods, spawn it at this location instead, and then it makes an immediate attack against the investigator. I don't think this triggers unless somebody else draws an enemy, so probably largely pointless in single player. Alright, so that was my investigation phase. There's no enemies on the board. And then we'll move into upkeep, where I'll get my actions back. We'll gain a resource and draw a card. Let me draw Wither. But it's actually a pretty timely draw there. Alright, so let's go into turn 9. We'll add a Doom. There is not. And then we will draw a Racked. Put it into your threat area, you get -1. -1 for the first skill test for each test you perform each round, and then you can spend an action and test willpower 3 to hopefully get rid of it. Do I want to ward this? Warding it does let me go about my business. So I could ward it, lose a resource, take a horror, play Withering, go down to 2 resources, move and investigate. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm gonna ward this. I'll take a horror on my Holy Rosary here. We will discard this, and then we'll move into investigation phase, where I will spend my first action to play Wither. Second action, we're gonna move. We could just investigate here as well. Yeah, let's... This is easier to investigate. So I'm debating on moving or just investigating here first, and I think I want to move. Yeah, the airplanes are really annoying. Alright, let's... So we moved, and then we're gonna spend our third action to investigate with our 6th sense. It's gonna be a 2 versus 7, and we get a 0. So let's go ahead and gain a horror, or gain a clue here. Game 2. Get this. Whoops. We'll get this clue. Alright, so let's go ahead and advance at the end of the round here. Yeah. Alright, so at the end of the round, I'm going to spend 2 clues to advance. Each investigator must choose one of the set-aside Arkham Woods locations put into play, and then immediately move there. Arkham Woods. I'll go ahead and give these a shuffly, and I'll pick this one. Put the other ones away. And we'll put that here, put that here. Okay, so that's done. Each investigator spawns a set-aside goat spawn at their location. Which I believe is this encounter set. I'll go ahead and flip this over. Alrighty. So the Twisting Paths, 3 shroud, 1 clue. Forced after you move out of this location, test intellect 3. Ugh, that's brutal. Are you kidding me? No, that's the one thing I didn't want to see. Oh my god. Rackers. Alright. And then each other investigator spawns blah blah blah. Each investigator then tests willpower or agility 3. Each investigator who succeeds exhausts the enemy and disengages from it. Shuffle one of the set aside demonic pipings into the encounter deck and place the other two into the discard pile. So this gets shuffled into the encounter deck, this gets discarded, and then this stays out of play. Just gonna go ahead and like put it up here. Just put it back in the box. There we go. Okay, and that's everything, right? Yep. Locations in front of you. If a single investigator spends the requisite number of clues, advance. So we have the clues to advance as well for that, but we'll do that in a second. All right, well, that was a bunch of hooey. Let's go back to our board here. So that was the end of the round. There's no enemies. There is an enemy, but I have to test willpower, or yeah, willpower 3 versus 7. We get a 0. So this guy is disengaged. Oops. So just want to double check something real quick here. Is that there it is, okay. Just wanted to make sure that this is at the end of the round, okay. So yeah, that wouldn't be until after enemy phase. Okay. Oops. Let's go back here. Let's yeah, that was my turn. Went down to 2 resources, and then I gain a resource and draw a card, and then all that stuff happens. Ooh, Spirit Speaker. Exhaust Spirit Speaker, choose an asset you control. Either return that asset to your hand, or move all the charges from your resource pool as resources, and then discard the asset. Well, we know what we're going to be doing with that. We're going to be returning that Shriveling. So that's cool. Let's gain our actions back, and then move into Mythos phase here. This is turn 10. 2 Doom now. 3 Doom total. Still no enemies at that location, because that location's not in play yet. Centuries of Secrets. That is a willpower 7, or 5 versus 7. Let's just test that as is. Ooh, an Elder Sign. Sweet! Ooh, so we get to add a charge to our Shriveling. That's cool. Very nice. I'm getting really pretty lucky with those tests there. Oh, there. Yeah. Feels like everyone wants to be flying a jet plane today, I guess. Alright, let's move into investigation phase here. Alright, first action. Let's play this Spirit Speaker here. That's cool. We still have this, so we can return it later if need be. We have enough clues. This sucks, man. I guess let's just investigate. Because at the very least, if we reveal a special symbol, we can investigate other locations. Yeah, maybe I should have saved this, but that is what it is. So let's go ahead and investigate. -1, which is definitely a pass. Yeah. So we get this clue. And then we have 1 action left. Let's at least exhaust Renfield to gain a resource. Let's then... I have no means of passing that silly test unless I get... Yeah, like even this doesn't help me at all. Alrighty. This is hockey. I guess with our last action, we'll just go ahead and draw a card. Emergency cash, of course. I'm sure Mr. Penguins is sitting over here laughing at me because I have way too many resource generation cards on my deck currently. But let's go ahead and move into enemy phase since there's actually something to deal with now. this guy will ready and engage us. And then we'll go ahead and move into upkeep. Or I'll gain a resource and draw another card. Ooh, Premonition. There we go. Good try and combo with that. Skeptical still though. Let's go ahead and move into turn 11. Let's add a Doom. 3 Doom of 12. We'll draw an encounter card. I did shuffle that tech, I swear to God. Surge. If it's in play, take a horror. Otherwise, place it next to the agenda deck. Okay. And then Surge. Rotting Remains. That's a card we can actually do something about. So we're at a willpower of 7 versus 3, and we draw a -1. And we get that all nice and spick and span. And then that was our Mythos phase. Let's go back to investigation phase here. Okay, we can pretty easily deal with that guy. Let's spend a charge on our shriveling here. That's going to be a 7 versus 3. We draw an Elder Thing, which is a -3. So we have to take a horror, and we get a +1. We'll just take it on the chin. This guy will take 2 damage. And then let's go ahead and use our second action to Wither. That's going to be a 7 versus 3 here. Chaos Bag says -2. So he is defeated, and then we take another horror. And let's just put a horror on Akachi. Oh, I still really don't want to move because I don't have any icons to commit. This location is like the one location that really sucks, because I can't move. Ay, ay, ay. My goodness. Not really sure what I should be doing. We can advance this turn, thankfully. I'm not even sure if that's what we should be doing. I think with my last action, I'm going to draw a card. I need to get out of this woods location before I do anything else. Okay, that's at least a wild icon. We can work with that. There's no enemies. So we'll just skip enemy phase and move right into upkeep here. Gain a resource and draw a card. Renfield has an intellect icon. Sweet! Alright. Alright, we might just be getting out of these woods yet. Alright, so turn 12. 4 Doom. This I know at least has another one in there. Let's double check real quick. Oh, that's the last card, so in theory there should be all 3 of them. Demonic, or Diabolic Voices, Diabolic Voices. So it gets a +2. So this is currently a 5. We're at a 7. 5e7. It's like enough to be annoying, to be honest with you. But I need this to pass another test. Alright. Skin of our teeth on that one, but that's okay. And then we have to take 2 horror and test willpower 3. Was it the encounter deck ran out of cards? Testing willpower 3. -1. Alright, so this gets discarded too. And then let's move into investigation phase. Alright, we're going to start things off by playing Premonition. Alright, nice. That was sweet. Should have untapped Renfield, but we'll tap Renfield to gain a resource. Let's pitch Renfield. And let's get the heck out of here. So when we move out, we have to test willpower 3. And I can move to any one of these locations, right? Yeah. I'm gonna go back here. Oh no, what'd I do? No. So yeah, so that works. I get to do this, I committed that. And then we'll discard this. Second action, let's investigate with 6 Sense. Get a +1, so we pass. Get this clue. And third action. I'm gonna use Spirit Speaker to return this Shriveling to my hand. And then let's go ahead and play Shriveling. That comes to play with 5 charges. We get an extra one because of Akachi. Alright, so that was investigation phase. There was no enemies on the board. Upkeep. Is it at the end of the round? It is. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to do that during enemy phase. So let's go ahead and spend a clue. Okay, so now we can enter locations. And then we're going to do this at the beginning of the next action. Yeah. Alright, so turn 13. Let's go ahead and add a Doom. Let's go ahead and give these a shuffly. And then we'll draw our encounter card. Oh my god. No, that is not what I wanted to draw. Ugh. Okay. Frozen in Fear is something we can deal with. But let's go ahead and put this next to the agenda deck. I have a feeling that Azathoth is going to be coming around this mountain pretty soon here, which is most unfortunate. Alrighty. So let's take a look at the board here. Moving would cost us 2 actions. Still haven't seen a Draw into the Flame. I was really hoping to draw one of those so I could just go there and do that. But that's not going to be the case. I guess let's first spend our requisite clues. So we'll spend those 3 clues, and then let's flip this agenda over. And then that's the Witch's Circle. I'm just going to put that in my hand for the time being. And I'll just put it up here. Okay. No, why is it doing that? There we go. Put the Witch's Circle into play in the center of the play area. Lead Investigator spawns the set aside and net Mason. And then at the end of the enemy phase, move each ready unengaged witch enemy toward the Witch's Circle. Okay. So we'll grab a net Mason here. Whoops. Do that. So I have some options. I could try to move and fight her, which is 4 health. Retaliate. Like my thinking is I could move, fight, take a hit, fight again. I could even deny existence if I really wanted to. Like, I want to get this, but I don't know if I'm gonna have time. Is my only concern. We're gonna be quickly adding Doom. We're already at 6, and then it's gonna go up to 8. So we have reasonably like 3 turns left. The other alternative is to move and investigate, and then try and go for it next turn after we get rid of this. Which I don't hate. Yeah, I mean, every location's connected to it, so... yeah, I think that I'm gonna try to get this clues here. I want that victory point, man. So let's spend 2 actions to move because of this, and then we'll spend an action to investigate with 6 cents. It's gonna be a 7 versus 4. Chaos Pix is -2, so we get a clue, and then I'm gonna discard this. And I will also tap Renfield for a resource. Alright, so that was the end of our investigation phase. So let's test Frozen in Fear, 3v7. We draw 0. That gets discarded. Enemy phase, I don't think she moves. Whoops. She just kind of sits there, yeah. So enemy phase, nothing happens, and then we'll move into upkeep, where I will gain a resource and draw a card. Draw a second copy of Ritual Candles, okay. And turn 14 here. Let's 6, 7. Yeah, supposed to be at the end of the round, but. And then we draw a goat spawn. Gross. He's just hanging out. That's poop. That's a waste of time. I mean, we gotta kill him. So let's. Alright, well, let's. First action. Fight. 7v3. You get a 0. This guy will take 2 damage. And then we'll fight with Wither 7v3 as well. And +1. Alright, nice. So that happens. And then we have 1 action left to investigate. So let's investigate 7v4. That's a -3, which we get a +1. And then this lets us investigate any revealed location if we really wanted to. But I don't think we do. I think we want to just... Oh, it was supposed to be at random. I apologize. I did not realize it was at random. Mistakes were made. She's supposed to? Oh, that's great. She has this stupid effect, right? Where she... That's right, I was supposed to discard cards. Well, shit. I guess I'll make up for it this turn. And then that was investigate. So that was my turn, and then I have to discard one of these at random. Alright, well, not ideal. I always forget about that stupid trigger on a Net Mason. So that was my turn, and then enemy phase. Let's not forget to do this. Discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck and spawn each witch. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, and then that gets spawned at that location. Oops. That's right, I forgot about that. Alright, so we get like 3 Doom. That's gross. And that was enemy phase. And then upkeep, I'll gain a resource to draw a card. Draw an Unexpected Courage. Alright, and then end of the round. 2 Doom, 3 Doom on the agenda. Yeah. This is my last turn, so we have to make this count. Of course. Well, not that that was really relevant for anything, but let's just make sure I have the game state correct, at least this time. And, well, crap. Alright, well, at least we know what our turn's going to be. We're going to move. These will engage us. Put those there. And we're just going to fight a Net Mason here. Alright, so 4, 7. I guess we'll gain a resource because we can. Because we have nothing else to do. And this has retaliate, so we're at a 4, 7 versus 4. We'll make it 8 versus 4. Chaos Spike says, whew, this is why we do that. Spending a charge on Shriveling, of course. So Annette will take 2 damage. We'll spend another charge on Shriveling in our last action to fight, and then I'm going to commit this. That's going to be for a plus 2, so 2, 5, 7, 8, 9. 9 versus 4. And we get a -3. Alright. So Annette takes 2 more damage and then would die. And I believe that ends the scenario, right? Yep. Alright. So we get resolution 1, which was not bad. That could have been worse, honestly. Let's just go ahead and check what resolution 1 here is. That could have been a lot worse. Alright, a bunch of flavor text. In our campaign log, we record that the witch's spell was broken. We discovered the mesmerizing flute and ritual components. We earn a bonus experience, which is cool. The flute and the components. Mesmerizing flute. Oops. And ritual components. And is that it? Oh, the witch's spell was broken. Forgot we have to write that too. Witch's spell was broken. Alright. So let's just take a quick look here and see how much experience I earned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Nice. So we got the 2 from Annette Mason as well. Where did Annette even go? Oh, she's right here. But yeah, that was really not a bad run at all. Pretty pleased with that. Yeah. Yeah, I did miss a couple of things. That was my bad. Yeah, it could have been better. We could have definitely had a bit of an easier time if we had gotten 6 cents in the beginning of the game, but really, I mean, we can't really complain too much, right? It is what it is. Yeah. So, that's going to do it for today, though. I appreciate you guys tuning in to watch and watch me suffer. This is my first time actually playing Akachi, both solo and through TCU. So I'm excited to see how the rest of this campaign turns out. But if you guys want to catch this this campaign continuing forward, I will hopefully be streaming every Monday around the same time, early afternoon Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to check out my YouTube channel at Lost in Time and Space, and yeah, you can find us at thegreatoldOnesgaming.com as well as on Twitter at GreatOldOneGame2. So if you want to add us with anything, you can certainly message us there, and be sure to join our Discord too. Link was provided in the chat earlier, so you should still be able to scroll up and see that. If not, I'm just going to quickly put the link back in the chat here real quick. So that's our Discord. If you guys are at all curious and you see this within the time limit, that invite is still good. If not, you can find a permanent invite at our website. And with that, that's going to do it for today's stream. I appreciate everyone for watching, and have a great rest of your day.